Hi, I'm Gaspard.
Hey, I'm Tallulah.
And in 2017, we created Awkward Travel.
It was the first travel channel on Twitch ever created.
Ever.
Yeah. Ever.
Ever. Our content is about, well, traveling, selling,
diving, scuba diving,
adventure, living abroad as an expat. It has changed a lot over the years.
But at its core, it's always been travel.
Yeah, real travel.
Yes, real travel. No cheating, no editing, showing everything.
Well, it's live, and it's kind of the anti-Instagram. It's travel as it is, with the up and the down, and
everything in between.
Everything in between.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the audience's expectations have definitely changed. When we first started streaming, all we needed to do was just go live from any remote location we were at.
And it was enough. Like, we're going live in like 320p. Quality was terrible. The stream was cutting all the time. But, I mean, no one could really complain about it because back then there was just no way around it. That was IRL streaming. But now... like,
yeah, now, you know, the technology has evolved.
There's competition, a lot more competition. But I think people now are expecting like a flow of new challenge all the time. They're expecting groundbreaking content constantly, and of course they're expecting like professional level of technology. They want a professional setup. You cannot have a stream that cuts now anymore. It doesn't work.
I think we've been using it for like seven years.
Yeah,
7 years. Before that, we were just using a simple phone setup. But then that 1 year at TwitchCon, we met the LiveU team, and
they're the nicest people.
Instantly connected, so nice, and they let us borrow and like try out the solo.
And like we're hooked,
instantly.
Just like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Never look back.
Never look back. I don't think we were facing like challenges per se, but I guess we were feeling a bit restricted with our phone setup. When you're in big cities, it works, but as soon as you want to get out, you know, do more like adventurous thing, explore the jungle, go out of the beaten path, phone setup is simply not going to cut it. It's not going to work. You're going to need something more serious. Also, I think as we evolve as streamers, we became pro streamers, and we felt like we needed professional equipment. Yeah. So that was the reason we moved to LiveU. Well, it's probably not the first thing that comes to mind when you think about the LiveU Solo PRO, but for me, the biggest like wow moment when I got my hand on the device was the HDMI port. I come from like photography and movie background as a professional, and for me, filming with a cell phone is extremely restricting. So as soon as I got the device and had that HDMI port, I realized that I could plug just any camera into it. And that's what we did. As soon as we got the LiveU Solo PRO, I plugged in my professional DSLR, and our stream went from like, you know, FaceTime with granny quality to Discovery Channel, just like that. The great thing also with the HDMI port is that you can adapt the camera to the action. If we're going to go hiking in a jungle, action cam, but then I can also have a special cam if I want to mount a motorbike, or if I want to dunk the camera in the sea. So with the LiveU Solo PRO, all I have to do is just change the cam. It's as easy as that. I will say then that the other groundbreaking feature for us was the SRT. Not only we went from 1 to 6 connection, and that already makes a huge difference in terms of stability, quality, everything, but also you only need half the bandwidth. Bandwidth. For the exact same amount of quality. So that's absolutely groundbreaking, definitely.
I mean, I can use it.
She can. And that tells you everything there is to know about the simplicity of the Solo PRO. If she can use it, anyone can use it.
Yeah. You know, the Solo is easy to use, but I think that the Solo Pro is even easier. Just plug in the battery, plug in the modems, turn on your camera, go live. It's as simple as that. And, you know, if you ever do run into anything that you need help with, the LiveU team is an email away. Yeah. So.
I was talking earlier about us wanting to move to professional gear. And I think that summarized why we wanted to do that. When you're a professional, you don't have time to waste, like mess with the settings. You don't want to spend your time with your hands in a device trying to make it work. You just want things that, you know, you turn it on, it works. You want to focus on the creation and not the tools. And you want to be able to get help instantly when you need it. And that's what we're getting with LiveU and Solo Pro.
Oh, that one's easy. The Himalayas. It was always a dream of ours to stream Nepal and get as close to the Himalayan mountains as possible.
We're not close. We're right there.
Yeah, yes, you're right. We were walking up this trail and we were really thick, dense forest.
Yeah, we walked for hours.
And we got lost a few times. And then right as the sun was coming down, right at sunset, we sort of walked up and walked up to this opening.
And like the trees just like opened,
And then we suddenly had this perfect view of the Annapurna Range.
One of the highest mountain range in the world.
Beautiful.
And I mean, it was beautiful, but also we were sharing it with all those people from all around the world. That was pretty amazing. In that place, Pokhara, there is one cell tower. The network is absolutely super congested. We couldn't, on our phone, we couldn't like open a website, load a like YouTube video. But on the Solo Pro, because we had 6 connection, a little bit of 4G plus a little bit of 4G plus a little bit of 4G, it was crystal clear. Absolutely perfect. And really, honestly, we couldn't have done it otherwise. Yes, definitely not.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to have to talk about sailing.
Well, I mean, we're on the boat right now, so yeah.
So back in 2020, you had this crazy idea to buy a sailboat and stream sailing, even though we had absolutely no experience.
And on paper, that was absolutely not possible,
So we got this sailboat and we basically turned it into a floating streaming studio. And, 4 years later, here we are. We've sailed and streamed 6 countries, thousands of nautical miles through all sorts of weather conditions, perfectly, thanks to LiveU.
I mean, those are some of the most challenging conditions when it comes to streaming. You're constantly moving, you are far away from the shore, and thanks to the setup we're using, thanks to LiveU gear, it never cuts. Last year, we did 6 months of uninterrupted sailing. We never had one drop in connection. Actually, thanks to our Solo Connect packages, we managed to cross between the 2 countries, like cross a border live on Twitch without any cut. All we had to do is halfway, we started to select the provider from the next country. It's extremely easy to do, and we could just move without any cut from one country to another. Another thing that the Solo Pro allows us to do is that it works really well with Starlink. We have Starlink on the boat. So when we're too far from the shore to actually get access to 4G connection, we use Starlink. And that's how last year we managed to stream the first sea crossing on Twitch and go live more than 150 miles away from shore without any problem. Yeah. First sea crossing on Twitch. We did it.
Well, back in the day, in Stone Age of IRL streaming, the first thing you had to do when you arrived into a new country was to go out, hunt down a SIM card, find the provider.
That was a nightmare. That could take days sometimes. Yeah,
it was really challenging, and now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Thanks to the Solo Connect package, the minute you land somewhere, you just turn on your backpack, your modem. modems will connect to a local provider. And in most cases, the modems will be able to find several of the local providers, so you can connect each modem to a different provider, giving even more stability to your stream. It's amazing, and thanks to that, you're ready to stream minutes after you arrive into a new country.
Yeah. Well, with something as powerful as the LiveU Solo Pro, you want to look at it and ask yourself, okay, what else can I do with it? So it has an HDMI port, okay, and it works really well with Starlink. Great. Why don't I build my own underwater camera setup, sail to a deserted island, and go scuba diving live on Twitch? Well, that's exactly what we did last year. We streamed live on Twitch from an underwater cave. We streamed with a turtle, and we even streamed on a shipwreck. It was 130 feet below the surface.
And we're planning way more of this kind of stuff this sailing season.
Oh yeah, way more.
Yeah.
In terms of content, I will say, do your thing, be true to yourself, don't try to replicate what others are doing. Passionate people are fascinating, so find your passion, follow it, and people will come. I don't think there is any niche too small. If what you're showing is interesting, you'll find an audience for sure. Yeah. And
in terms of gear, you know, it's easy to use. You know, it's a few cables to plug in, a couple of buttons to press, turn it on, go live. It's not going to get in your way. If anything, it will just complement what you're trying to create.
Yeah.
We're getting to a point where connectivity is pretty great or good enough in most parts of the world. So you can't really impress your audience with just a destination.
No, not anymore. No.
You know, and most countries have been streamed now. So I think it's about what you're streaming rather than where you're streaming.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I also think that with the rise of satellite internet, we're about to see some really groundbreaking content, definitely. With IRL, the biggest challenge will always be finance. Those streams cost a fortune to make. But if you can find a solution to that, yes, like stream from the Sahara, stream from the Amazon, more stream in the Himalayas, that's the kind of content we're about to see, I think, in the coming months or years. As for us, well, we have a new season of selling starting in a few days now. So there were like storms and waves and shipwrecks waiting for us. But we always keep an eye on what's to come because if there is a new trail opening to streaming, we want our footstep to be the first ones on it.